Hey everyone, welcome to the next exercise. This is exercise 7D and it's all about congruent triangles. We've got a fair bit of writing to do today because we've got a lot of little definitions that I've got to go through with you guys. So yes, we've got to do a lot of writing and this is a long video, but it is really important. Congruence, congruent triangles. Basically, congruence just means exactly the same. So what I mean by that is, if two triangles are exactly the same, they are congruent triangles. So if I said to you, we've got this triangle here and this triangle here, okay, A, B, C, and this one D, E, F. If these two are exactly the same, we would say that they are congruent triangles. When we write that, we write the first triangle here, and we would say triangle A, B, C, the letters that we've got on our vertexes, on the corners, is congruent, that symbol there, three lines, okay, is congruent to the other triangle. What do we call the other triangle? DEF. Okay, so we're saying those two triangles are exactly the same. They've got the same angles. The side lengths are exactly the same. They are congruent triangles. Yes, they look slightly different because they're facing other ways, but that's fine. We can do that. We can have them flipped as long as their angles and their side lengths are exactly the same. Now, the thing is, how do we prove this? All right, and this is where we've got a fair bit of writing. The first one is the first test that we use, and I'm going to go through 4 different tests. All right, is called side, or we'll just write triple S. Okay. Now, what this means is if these two triangles have the lengths exactly the same, this one here is exactly the same as this one here, and this one here is exactly the same as this one here, and finally this one here is the same as this one. That means that they are congruent triangles. They are exactly the same because all 3 sides are exactly the same. So that's our triple S, our side, side, side. Our next test is the side angle side. Side angle side, or what we'd call SAS. All right, and this is to say that a side, an angle, and a side are exactly the same. So we go triangle like that. Okay, yeah, I know my triangles aren't very good. All right, and we say that this side in green along here is exactly the same as this one. And we say that this red one here is exactly the same as this one. And this angle here with the black dot to signify that they are exactly the same angles. All right, that says that we've got that these two triangles are congruent. They are exactly the same because of side angle side. All right, I'll give you a chance to write that one down. Now, our third one is angle angle side. ARS. Okay. Now, this is to say that two triangles, if they've got 2 angles and a side that are exactly the same, so let's say this one here with a black dot, this one here with a black dot, this one here with a star, and this one here with a star, along with that side and that side. If the two red ones are exactly the same, the two green ones are exactly the same, and finally this side and this side are exactly the same, we can say that these two triangles are congruent because of arse, angle, angle, side. Alright? Finally, our last one, which is kind of it's kind of like another version, but it's RHS. Alright? That is right angle. It has a right angle. The hypotenuse. And a side. So what I mean by that is if we've got this triangle and this triangle with a right angle here and here, alright, and the hypotenuse, which is the longest one, and another side, if they're all the same, so the right angle's the same here and here, they've both got a right angle, the hypotenuse, the long one, are exactly the same, and another side, doesn't matter which one, but another side is exactly the same, then these triangles are exactly the same. We know then that the angle in here and in here are the same as these two angles, and we know that this side length is exactly the same as this side length. Okay, that's the thing is, with congruent triangles, once we know a little bit, we know everything about that triangle. Alright, the challenge is being able to show it. Alright, so choosing a test of which one is congruent. So what I mean is, if we had this triangle, I'll go to black, had this triangle here, and this triangle here, alright, these two are congruent triangles, but which test would we need to use? Alright, we've got triple S, side, side, side. We've got SAS, SAS. We've got ARS, AAS. And we have a right angle. Now let's quickly go through these and cross the ones out. Do we have a right angle? No, so that one's gone. Do we have three sides that are the same? Well, no, because we don't know what this side here is and this side here, so not that one. How many angles have we got? We've got one angle on each of them, so it's got to be SAS. All right, that would be the test that we would use. Okay, we would say we know that these two are congruent because of SAS. All right. From there, we can even figure out missing side lengths. So let's say this is 4 and this one is 7. All right. We know that these two triangles are exactly the same. So we know that this side here is also 7, and we know that this side here is also 4. So when we know this information, it means that we can figure out other side lengths and even other angles. If this angle here is 25 degrees, we know that this angle here is also 25 degrees. Okay, so that's just all part of those different aspects of a triangle and how two congruent to exactly the same triangles fit together. Have a go at the exercise. Please get in contact with me if you have any trouble, but that's all about congruent triangles and the tests that we use to prove whether they are congruent or not. All the best, guys. Take care. Bye.